so this was a difficult situation for India because India has a historically good relations with Iran, and India was buying substantial proportion of its oil from Iran. So but this is a good example in a way where the accommodations have been made to not let the relationship sour. So what happened was, although a year and a half ago, Indian External Affairs Minister had said very clearly in non-certain terms that, look, we do follow the sanctions that the United Nations imposes, but we don't follow the sanctions that countries bilaterally impose. Yet, finally, when it came down to it, India agreed to stop buying oil from Iran, contrary to its own foreign minister's initial statement. But on the US side also, there was some flexibility shown because India is building a port in Iran, in Chabahar, and that was very critical for India because India doesn't have direct access to Afghanistan and it needed some corridor through which it could have access, and Chabahar is that corridor that India has been building. So the US backed off on that. I mean, initially that looked like the US will also insist on India pulling out of Chabahar, but they made a compromise. And part of the compromise ultimately had to do also, in my reading, with the US support for India in the United Nations to get the head of Jaish-e-Mohammed listed as a terrorist in the United Nations.